I know the DJ.
Do you?
You gotta
90s baby, stand up.
You're coming back because I'm blowing in it. Pause. I take my craft serious.
Get the hell out of here. I don't owe you shit.
Welcome to episode 83 of But I Know the DJ, the original New England podcast discussing all things DJing, music, nightlife, business, and pop culture through the unfiltered opinions of host SNAX
Snacks, baby.
and CAMMMY V.
DJ
What's up,
CAMMMY
baby?
What up? Unfortunately, we are fingerless today.
Fingerless.
Shout out DJ Fingers for not showing up. But we did want to share a quick message before the episode starts, just stating that here at the podcast, But I Know the DJ, we do stand for world peace, no matter the religion or ethnicity or political views. The loss of innocent people isn't okay, and we are sending positive energy to those involved, whether it's directly or indirectly, and hope that this madness and unfortunate line of tragedies comes to an end as soon as possible. And wanted to start the show with that and getting that message across from the very beginning. And as we look forward, this is the pre-Thanksgiving episode. So I did want to shed light onto some positivity as well as we approach this American holiday. CAMMMY, I don't know if you guys know, but CAMMMY's white. And I'm sure that your Thanksgiving traditions are a little bit different than mine.
A little bit.
What's it like in the Italian CAMMMY V household?
Anytime it's an Italian, whether it be a holiday or family gathering, you just eat, bro.
I love that.
You fucking eat, but there's families all around, vibes are high, booze is flowing. You got like 5 or 6 courses coming through. We actually do like a pasta course even before the turkey comes out. Bro, I'm telling you, it's not a joke, man. It's not a joke.
Where do you guys go? You go to whose house do you guys go to?
Usually rotates because my family now, my parents no longer live in the area, and my uncle and aunt no longer live in the area. My grandparents are usually down in Florida, so they come back up. I think we're gonna do it either in Plymouth or they might be split this year. They might be down in
Plymouth, huh? Bring it back to where it all started. Am I right?
Might be the most original Thanksgiving we could possibly have.
I feel like Plymouth must get crazy for Thanksgiving. No.
I would assume so. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a fucking parade or something.
Yeah, it's gotta be so. Dressed as a pilgrim. Oh, jeez.
Imagine me dressed up as a pilgrim.
Some cosplaying. My family, we abandoned the turkey years ago.
Really?
We just don't do it.
Really?
Yeah, it's just turkey is just, and I like turkey. Turkey's fine, but no matter like how much you try and what you do to it, it's just a very dry meat.
How do you guys cook it?
I mean, we do like my mom has tried everything she possibly can. She's every year it's a new. It was like I'm trying this. Like last year it was still and the outside, like not the crust but like the skin might be like well seasoned, but at the end of the day like the inner meat is still dry. It's a dry meat,
dude. So we boil the turkey. Fry the turkey.
Yeah, we've tried that.
Man,
bro,
I'm telling you, it's
so
gas. It's an absolute game changer.
So last few years we've just done pernil, which is like fried or roasted pork shoulder.
Oh, okay.
So like in comparison,
it's probably night and day.
No matter, even if you fry a turkey, it's not going to be as wet and meaty.
I'm not gonna lie though.
That's some pork shoulder.
I'm a dark meat guy. When you're going for turkey.
Hey, my fucking guy. I knew I liked you, CAMMMY.
When it's a turkey, you got like the white meat's definitely dry. You got to go for the dark meat. That's all I'm saying. But what we also do too, man, the sandwiches.
Oh,
after
big sandwich guy, big like roll, like bulky roll guy.
Nana makes turkey soup. Soup de tocino.
Wow.
You know how it is.
I like that.
Yeah. So
I have to pull up,
bro. Absolutely, doors always open.
I love that. We also do very like untraditional, like we just kind of like it just kind of turn into potluck style, like kind of just bring what you want to bring really, and like everyone's gonna be cool with it. It's just a crazy weird lineup of food where it's like some of the traditional stuff like cranberry sauce and the stuffing and shit, but then there's the Latin dishes, and then there's like hey, like what's your specialty? Just bring your specialty. Bring it. Last few years I made a crazy buffalo chicken dip.
Now we're talking.
And shit flies off the shelves, let me tell you. I did what did I do last year? I did like a pizza. I did a pizza, like a pizza dip basically. And then I made like
Very fitting, by the way.
yeah, oh yeah, you know the vibes. And then I made like pita chips.
Yep.
And so like it was just a whole like mini pizza. Oh yeah, flew off the shelves.
Dude, next time we come in,
Yeah,
we gotta.
Yeah, we gotta. Oh yeah, that'll be dope. That'll be
fire. Dude, so I've seen something. So my friend posed this question, right?
Oh,
my
God.
friend posed this question,
I'm scared.
and no, it's very PG. And Fingers isn't.
Yeah,
here.
I was gonna say Fingers not here.
And so shout out Chris, Boston PT. This is something that we would put on the board every year in the whiteboard in the clinic, and it would get like the most polarizing like responses from people. You keep one forever, the other one goes away.
Okay.
Cranberry sauce,
Yeah.
or gravy.
So this is easy for me because I don't like gravy.
What, dude?
Yeah.
No. Wait. Well, that's why your fucking turkey sucks. Like you got to put gravy on the turkey.
Nah, but I put other shit. Like I'm a big sauce guy. Like my fridge, I got all kinds of sauces. I got Hawaiian sauces. I got hot sauces. I got barbecue sauce. I have multiple bottles of multiple Chick-fil-A flavors in my fridge right now.
I didn't know
I'm a
there was
sauce
more.
guy.
I didn't know there was more.
Because you're not a sauce guy. That's what I'm saying.
I got the sauce like that. But
I don't like. I think gravy's gross.
can you? I
I don't put it like on anything.
That's crazy.
I don't. I think gravy is disgusting. Actually,
My argument is you can put gravy literally on everything that comes with your Thanksgiving dinner. You got your turkey, which again, whatever type of meat you like, it's going to be a little bit dry. Stuffing, mashed potatoes. You can put cranberry sauce on mashed potatoes?
Yeah. So okay,
That's fucking crazy.
Another curveball.
Oh, come on, man. What's going on here?
I also don't like mashed potatoes. Oh, now everyone's looking at me crazy. Yeah, I don't like. For me, it's a texture thing. So I like potatoes in almost every form except mashed. I just don't think something savory should be that texture. I think it should be sweet. I'm being that us. There's like, as fat as I am, there's random things that everyone likes that I just don't like. And gravy and mashed potatoes are like two of those things. So like that's why my Thanksgiving plate is always just like kind of off, because like it's missing two essentials and they'll replace it with two like things that like have nothing to do with Thanksgiving.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
I want to see listeners down below. I want you to comment. One stays forever. One's got to go. Cranberry sauce or gravy. You tell
Cammy,
us.
we got to put more oomph in it. This is why I'm those. Everybody, all the listeners to But I Know the DJ podcast, we got a new poll for you. Pre-Thanksgiving vibes. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody listening. You have to keep one forever, but you got to get rid of one forever. The two options are cranberry sauce and gravy. Which one are you keeping? Which one are you getting rid of? Come on, Cammy.
That was way better.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was good.
that's why I have this seat. Anyway,
Snacks, baby.
Thanksgiving is always a great time. Just get to eat my ass off. Basically what I do any other day, but like I have an excuse for it, and it's great, man. And it's excited to get the family together. What's something that you're thankful for this year?
Dude, I have a lot to be thankful for this year. This is my first calendar year being a professional DJ.
Oh, we love that.
DJ CAMMMY V.
So
Congratulations, bro.
Thank you.
It's not easy.
No, it's not. So blessed and thankful to be able to do what I love for a living. Another great year with family. Blessed that everyone's healthy, doing well.
Yes, sir.
Relationship is great. Blessed, and
Bless the
thankful
wife.
for Vanessa. We actually got we're going to become parents.
That's right, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you. With a dog.
I was gonna say something. I was like, I'll let him do it with the fur baby. I love
Fur
it.
baby. So that sounds like a turkey right there.
I'm just in theme right now.
I love it. Yeah, man. So a lot to be thankful for. A lot of traveling gigs this year. Just super blessed all around and super appreciative. What about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, family's great. Everyone's doing really, really well. My little sister started college. My twin sister moved to a new place. She got a dog this year.
Wow.
Parents, are doing great. It was interesting because I was visiting my parents the other day, and my mom was like, "It's so funny." She kind of lived her life in reverse. She immigrated here. I think by the time she like really settled, she was like probably like 20, 21, and she went straight to work. It was all about just building the foundation and just trying to that's why she came here, right? Mm-hmm. So she never had like a party phase or anything like that. And I remember growing up, I was like, my parents don't have friends. You know what I mean? All they do is just work, and all their time is dedicated to us and whatnot. And now we're all out of the house.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, she's big in her gym. She does a lot of the classes and stuff. She has her gym friends. She has her work friends. And, and she's like, oh yeah, we went out. She was like, I didn't come home till like 10:30. She was like, I was lit. I was out in these streets, whatever, and she's like,
that's awesome.
She's out getting drinks with her friends and stuff like that. And like finally able to, cause she did her job as a parent, and that made me really, really happy that she's now enjoying herself. And she's like, yeah, like sometimes, like, she's like, every day I come home, I don't have to make dinner. Your dad is a grown man. He can fucking figure it out. And I don't have to feed these kids. So she's like, so every day I'm going to the gym. Every day I'm working out. I go for a walk. I have this like disposable time that I've never had in my life. So that made me really, really happy. And honestly, that's probably the thing I'm like most thankful for, is that we all made it. We're all healthy.
Yeah.
And now my parents are able to kind of enjoy their lives.
That's awesome. I love your parents.
Yeah, they're a good time.
Your parents are great people.
You meet them and then you're like, oh, this is where it comes from.
Yeah, 100%.
So shout out to the fam. But speaking of food, a lot of controversy in the food world. We have Keith Lee. You don't know much about Keith Lee, do you?
No idea.
So Keith Lee is a food influencer, is not even the word. Started as just this guy making TikToks, wholesome guy, very, seems like he has a nice family, seems like a very genuine person, and that's why he blew up. He wasn't trying to do the whole corny, I want to become a food influencer on TikTok. He just started like doing very genuine, to the point, and he was just like an enjoyable person to watch. 14 million followers on TikTok.
Damn.
When I tell you that this guy is it, he's it. But with great power comes great responsibility, right? So now his critiques are taken like very, very seriously. Like people will, if he says something, if he speaks highly of an establishment, people are going to go. And if he speaks badly of one, people, they're going to lose business. You see what I'm saying?
It's like Portnoy with the.
I was going to make that comparison later. It's become the point, so Porno is a great example. Porno, who does the pizza reviews, he's been doing them for years. It's a big thing.
Oh yeah, been a big follower.
But that's the thing, like it's not his main thing.
Right.
This is this guy's main thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But obviously, Porno has tons of pull, and so if he speaks highly of a place, it's going to get tons of business. If he speaks poorly of a place, it gets
right.
It gets it's funny because with Porno, it doesn't necessarily get less business because it gets infamous. Like I remember, the one that he like really trashed recently. Like,
Dragon.
They were getting crazy business
pizza.
just because people want to like pull up and just like see it and like meet the guy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was hell on earth for him, but it was probably the most traffic they've ever gotten.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. So, Keith Lee has been going on food tours, now traveling the country. Because at first it was just within his proximity. I think he's from like the South or some shit. Going on these tours, visits Atlanta, and Atlanta, I'm actually going there for the first time next week. Super excited.
Hot Atlanta.
Atlanta has very strong and vibrant black population, a lot of great opportunities for ownership, and it's also in the fucking South. They got some banging food.
Can confirm, by the way.
Keith visits an establishment. And it wasn't necessarily it wasn't even the food, it was the service. And I guess he has this process of, because he's now recognizable, that like, hey, if he walks in, like people are like, oh, fuck, it's Keith. Like, we got to I guess he has his wife is the one who sets the reservations. His wife is the first person that walks in, gets the table, and then he comes. Yep. So it's a whole process I'm sure he's learned over time, which makes sense.
Right, yeah. You don't want to get special treatment.
Exactly.
You want it
honest. And that's his whole thing. It's honest.
Yeah.
Right? And so ends up being bad service, and he talks about it. But then it turns into, and he's black, by the way. Keith Lee is black, and this becomes relevant. Oh, you're ripping down black, businesses and black restaurants. You should be supporting them. It's hard as it is, which is all true, right? And it's all a very good point, and all coming from a good place. But on his side, he's like, I'm just here to give honest reviews. Which is my whole shtick, and which is how I became famous, because I was honest. I can't just start giving these people passes or whatever, and because now I'm using my brand, like they need to pay me for that, right? That's sponsoring, right? Yeah, pretty much. Yep. And he was like, first you guys told me to visit these places, and if I didn't visit them, you'd be like, oh, why don't you come to our city? Why don't you visit these places? Or oh, you're too good for us, whatever. But then I come to them and give honest reviews, and now it's an issue. So after this whole thing, and it's been on the news, we actually have a CNN article about it that I'm going to touch on. But since then he's took to his social media that he's stepping down from the tour. He's like, I'm not. He's like literally my family's getting like threats. Like it's like pretty fucked up. This is this came out yesterday from the day we're recording yesterday, so this is pretty new as far as this recording stands. Headline reads, this is from CNN. Keith Lee responds to Chad Ochocinco Johnson's criticism about his Atlanta food reviews. So Chad Ochocinco, legendary football player, was on the podcast Nightcap with Unc and Ocho with Shannon Sharp.
Yep.
And basically what Chad said, in quotes, I don't like the fact of what he's doing. I don't like the critiquing of our restaurants and having people and talking bad about our goddamn businesses, Johnson said. You know how hard it is for us to even get in the food industry and to have our own restaurants. What are we doing? Right? So it's coming from a good place, but again, what's the role? What's the job? Lee, a popular TikTok food critic, went viral after posting a series of reviews on Atlanta restaurants that included information about how he was unable to get food at some of the establishments. Those videos resulted in social media commentary about the southern city's customer service in the restaurant industry, death threats from those who were upset about Lee's comments, and even rapper Cardi B weighing with her own difficulties with service at some area restaurants as well. During his conversation with Sharp, Johnson questioned whether Lee was even qualified to be conducting restaurant reviews. Lee took to his TikTok account, which has more than 14 million followers, to address Johnson's comments, sharing part of the conversation between Johnson and Sharp. In quotes, to me, it seems like you will have no idea who I am, and again, that's okay with me, Lee said of Johnson. My main point was my qualifications. I'll be honest with you, I've been a professional fighter for almost 10 years, which I didn't know, said Lee, who has been a mixed martial artist, competitor. I've traveled around the world eating food. And so basically it's kind of them going back and forth. Hypothetically, if I was to be inauthentic and you waited in a 3-hour wait time and you got to the front and the food was trash, who are you going to be mad at? The restaurant owner or me? He said. Or 600 people who waited in line, they're going to all make videos and say I'm a fraud, say I lied. And that 4-hour line only going to be there that one time because everybody going to say the food is trash. He also pointed out some of the support he's given restaurateurs, including helping to raise more than $40,000 for a restaurant owner who had cancer. Johnson later appeared to walk back his criticism of Lee during an Instagram Live, a portion of which he shared on the Neighborhood Talks Instagram account. Johnson explained, my daughter got me together. My daughter texted me like, listen, we're Team Keith Lee over here, he said. So that's how strong his TikTok presence is the fact that his own daughter had to check him and be like, no, he's actually like good people. Oh, man. What this did sparked online was just different cities talking about the quality of the food industry and kind of what's happening. And I found one of Boston, where for those listening who aren't from Boston, that's where we're from. And people were just starting to name different restaurants of like places that might be like trendy or that like look good, but the food is trash or the service is trash, and how Keith Lee should come here because Boston might need a reality check in terms of what the food scene is like. A lot of people saying that the food scene in Boston is bad, but Boston is a top 5 food city in the country.
Who's saying that?
It's just social media. People are talking, you know what I mean?
Boston has to be probably one of the biggest melting pot cities in the entire country. You can get good cultural food, literally any culture, in Boston. There are so many high quality restaurants, all different cultures. What are we talking about here? You think you can go get sushi in the middle of Wyoming?
Right.
I don't even know where the fuck that is.
So that was obviously this is Twitter talk and community talk and social media talk, where it's some people are like, well, if you have that opinion of Boston, which again, top 5 food city in the country, then you're one, which is the harsh reality. And I'm just saying what I saw. Like, people were like, you're probably too broke. You haven't been around or like been able to go to these maybe higher end places, or you haven't gone out much to realize. Like, I remember again traveling. There's some places we've been and I'm like, bro, there's nothing to eat here.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like maybe one pizza spot and the pizza's awful because like I remember actually I don't want to name the city, but a city we both played at.
I know exactly.
And you're trying to find food.
Exactly where you're talking about.
You're trying to find food and you're like, what the fuck? It's like everything is pretty terrible. We went to one spot in the town I think we were both thinking of.
Was it across the street from the hotel?
No, that spot is good.
Was it the late night place for food?
The pizza spot? Not that spot. No, there's another, but we had to walk a bit. The runs I got, oh my God. I almost couldn't do the show.
That's bad.
Bro, it was so bad. Anyway, Boston is an amazing food city, but it's true that these like restaurants or businesses that are popping up that are more concerned about the decor or the Instagrammability of these of their restaurant versus the food or the service. Do you think that's true, or how do you think the food scene is looking these days?
I think that's definitely an element of it, but again, so I guess that what I mean to say is the restaurants that are coming in are definitely more like commercialized, and the Instagrammability and stuff like that. Like, yeah, that's how you get asses in seats. But again, if you want to keep asses in seats, you make good damn food.
Yeah.
So the
right.
restaurants, some of my favorite restaurants, and again, like I'll keep preaching Bodega. Bodega is one of the best run establishments in Boston. The food is fucking amazing. The decor in there is amazing. The talent in there is amazing. The workers there are amazing, and you have great time, great service.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and again, they're constantly investing in the venue. So every time you go in there, there's something new. There's a new element. Oh, the design looks different. Oh, the decor looks different. Like,
yeah. That's
so
true.
like the restaurants that, again, like you can keep people there by having like great customer experience, great food, great service. Like that's what it really comes down to. And again, like there's definitely, you know, are we gonna? Maybe I'll go here. I don't give a shit. Who's the guy? The Salt Bay guy.
Oh, I don't know his real name. I just know him as
Salt Bay.
Yeah.
So like again, there's definitely like, so he owns steakhouses all throughout the world.
Yeah.
And like I guess his allegedly word on the street is like that place isn't great.
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of too over the top. It's overpriced.
You get past the hype.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I understand. I think the businesses that do the best are the ones that are really in tune with like the community here. Yeah,
I love that you said that, because I was going to bring up. Do you know David Chang?
I don't think so.
So David Chang is he's a chef. He's a now restaurateur. He's owns now. I think he's Korean. And he's the fucking man. He's like, if you guys are into food or like foodies or into like the food world, I mean, you don't know who David Chang is, like just like look him up. He has tons of interviews. He has like documentaries, Netflix, whatever. Owns multiple restaurants. Have you heard of like Milk Bar? There's one in Cambridge.
Okay, yeah.
So that started. That's his and started in New York. He has Noodle Bar, Momofuku. I think Momofuku has a Michelin star, I think.
Oh, wow.
If I'm not mistaken. Is 2 Michelin stars? Oh, of course Phil knows, Asian. Is it only Momofuku or is Noodle Bar also Michelin? Yeah. You know who David Chang is, right? He's the fucking man. But his whole thing is, the reason why he's become so successful and why he's become so interesting in the food world and why everyone wants to interview him and stuff is because he used to work in fine dining, right? And then he was like, yo, fuck this shit. It's not about these places aren't about the food. At the end of the day, it's all about the food. And so he like left fine dining, started his own thing where everything was all about the quality of the food, and like not necessarily the decor. So like if you go to some of his restaurants, they're very like minimalist. And I actually went to Momofuku, the Michelin starred one.
How was it?
It was fucking awesome. I'm gonna tell the story of this of my experience there. This was when I was in college. I was broke.
Fire me up.
But and I'm gonna explain like how it like I actually experienced it. So he's been on record being like, these places like are more concerned about how they look and whatever, and then their food is shit. He was like, so why are you going to a restaurant when the whole part of a restaurant experience is to eat, right? It's all about the fucking food. And he has amazing ideas. Like I know for like Milk Bar, for instance, like the cereal milk that they sell, like it's something that I'm sure we've all thought of when we're drinking cereal milk. And he started like doing that. Like it's like cool stuff like that,
right?
Momofuku. So this had to have been 2018. No. 2015, 2016. Dylan, my friend Dylan, who's a big foodie. Shout out to Dylan. He actually lives out in New York now, but this is back when we were in college. I had no fucking money, and he's just the kind of guy, he's well traveled, he's very well cultured, and he was like, yo, like there's this restaurant. He's the one who taught me about David Chang. He's like, we need to try it. I'm like, okay, I'm with it. Fuck it. And he was like, we need to get the steak. It's a $220 steak, and to be if you're intending on getting it, you have to tell them ahead of time, and you have to send in an application and a deposit, because the process in which they cook it is this like long multi-day process that they can't just like do it. You can't just like pull up and order it.
Oh my god.
And so me being like, the best food I had was like I don't even know, like some shitty like I was with the shits, I was like, especially in this time of my life, like I was living way beyond my means. But I was just with the shits.
It's college, dude.
College, baby. And yeah, so we sent the application. We did the application. I remember like we had to like fax it from like our college and stuff. And we went to New York and we sat there and we were ordering a bunch of shit. And I remember when the steak came out, I remember like everyone was like breaking their neck because like I think it's like that known thing. They're like, oh, that's the application steak. Like that's like the
what does it come out in the
no, but that's the thing because it doesn't. It's not about that. It's like they just bring it out. But like if you know, you know. And usually people who are also sitting in a Michelin star restaurant, they know.
They know.
And so I remember everyone like breaking their neck and like kept trying to like look at us because I think they assumed that we were like important or that we had like had money. Like I think, but we were young.
Yeah.
So I think like what I imagine was like people were like, who are these like young New York actors or something like that. But
right.
it was just me and like him and we're just like fucking around. And I remember it was like melt in your mouth, like steak. It was fucking incredible, and it was just such a cool experience. The music was. I remember two songs that, or two artists that played back to back. It was Ludacris and Nirvana. And, like the vibes were just super cool. And our waitress, she was just in casual clothing. She wasn't in like all black. Like she wasn't in an apron.
Yep.
Casual clothing. Like when she came up to us, I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm taking your order." And I was like, "Oh, like it was like I was like seeing it in real time."
Together, yeah.
I was like, "This is the influence."
That's cool.
And so if you ever guys are in New York, there's multiple Momofukus, I think, but the one I went to was the Union Square one in New York City. Multiple noodle bars, milk bar that's around you can catch. I think there's definitely one in Soho and some other spots. If you're in New York, definitely check these places out and look up David Chang. Shout out David Chang. But I love food, man. We should talk about food more, actually.
I mean, today's episode is just all food thing.
Love it. Speaking of businesses and just kind of new shit that's going on, I mean, shout out fucking Kim Kardashian, huh? Jeez, I don't even know what song to even play for this, but
Ray J.
Oh. Wait. Wait. That's actually fucking hilarious. Oh, cue the music. Oh. Big moves happening in the business world. SKIMS, I mean, for those who don't know, I mean, SKIMS has been popping. Kim Kardashian has been popping. But what happened recently is two things with the business. SKIMS dropped a men's line with 3 athletic, I guess, what do they call them? Fucking spokespeople.
Yeah.
Spokespeople. So one was Neymar, one was SGA, and the third was a football. It's a football player that I'm actually not that familiar with. Do you remember? Did you see?
I didn't see off the top.
It was fucking Nick Bosa.
Oh yeah.
All very handsome, good-looking guys. So more power to them. And that alone was big. I think it was about time. SKIMS is known for their quality, known for also being very expensive. Obviously, Kim Kardashian's name is tied to it. But feminine products, right? underwear, lingerie, all that shit. Have you ever touched Skim product?
Yeah.
My fucking boy. Of course you have.
DJ CAMMMY V.
And it's honestly really great quality. It's good shit.
Yeah, it is.
And they dropped the men's line, and first thing I said was, "Who's getting me mine?" You know what I'm saying? Where's my SKIMS at? My birthday coming up. Christmas coming up.
We need a But I Know the DJ drop of SKIMS.
Dude, hit me up. You know what I mean? But everything did look really, really nice. Obviously it's just all underwear and stuff. I feel like it's going to be the new, like, My Calvins. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just kind of like, if you know, you know. And, when I slip off that robe and you see me in the SKIMS, you know what time it is. You know what I mean? But even further, SKIMS power move. 2 power moves, actually. NBA partnership. Huge. And the nipple bra. Influencer and entrepreneur Kim Kardashian is a frequent present on the sidelines of the Lakers games. Of course she is. Often sitting courtside with members of her family. But on October 26th, we finally made it onto the court. Or at least the logo for her shapewear company. Shapewear, I like that. Little faja for the men. Anyway, SKIMS did as part of a new sponsorship deal between the brand and the league. In quotes, to see SKIMS on court during the fourth quarter of a Lakers game was such a special moment, Kardashian said. to Fast Company in an email interview. On Monday, the brand announced that it is the official underwear partner of the NBA, the WNBA, and USA Basketball. The move makes clear that the 4-year-old company, which is valued at $4 billion, is making a play to attract athletes and sports fans. It's a strategy that SKIMS CEO Jens Greed, oh, ladies are going to eviscerate me for not knowing this name, has been plotting for some time. In quotes, Kim Kardashian is the Michael Jordan of the influencer generation. And today, 20% of American teenagers want to be a creator, and Kardashian, who co-founded the shapewear brand, has been a huge part of shaping that culture. I mean, you got to give it to her. You know what I mean? I think when I first saw the news break, I was like, yo, Adam Silver horny as fuck.
Yeah, bro, did you see what he said too?
No.
He was like, oh yeah, I wear Skims all the time.
Oh, not Adam.
How old do you think he is? Hold on. Let's look at
Adam, he's definitely up there. He's got to be in his 60s.
At least 61.
60. Oh, yeah, I'm on it.
Skims.
And he's a creepy looking dude. He's a Voldemort looking guy.
Yeah. Great for the league.
I think he's great.
Yeah, great.
I think he's been an amazing successor. I think he's been great for the league. I actually think as far as commissioners go, he's awesome.
He's probably the most beloved commissioner in all of sports.
Yeah.
And it's not even close.
Yeah, he's the man. But that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But what a move. I mean, she already valued at $4 billion to get that deal. That's a huge
That's
deal.
a massive
to
deal.
be the but we have to think about how Nike hasn't done it. Adidas,
yeah.
SKIMS,
I know,
the
that's
official underwear for all of like pretty much US basketball basically.
The influence of like the NBA alone, not even like in the country, but now like globally too, dude. That's a massive deal for her. So
because as you heard from the article, it's not underwear, it's shapewear, and they're obviously very much going towards the athletes, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, and again, having Neymar as a spokesperson, it's like,
but it's got that like Under Armour material.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The quality is great, and it's stretchy, and it's durable.
But it's like it's comfortable and breathable. Unlike, you know what I mean? Like if you're wearing like Under Armour compression shorts, you could probably only wear it while you're working out,
right?
And
get
rid of it. But like,
right. Yeah, I'm sure. And Kim got the money. Like I'm sure she's done the R&D for making all of this product like really high quality. I mean, and the price points are no joke either. You know what I mean? It's expensive underwear. Or shapewear, excuse me, Kim. I'm so sorry, shapewear. But to be like that locker room garment, you know what I mean, where it's like everyone's looking around, you're like everyone's in fucking Skims. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, kind of wild. Good for her.
It's freaking crazy. But did you see what she dropped after that?
No,
I thought this was a joke. I think a lot of people actually thought this was a joke.
Oh God.
So I saw it on a repost that some woman that I followed on Instagram, and she commented like on it with the repost was, Kim, you can't be serious, and it was an official post on Kim Kardashian's Instagram, and it was a video. It was like a commercial basically.
Yep.
And basically what the commercial was so it's Kim there. Okay, she's sitting and talking directly at the camera. And she has hard ass nipples, right? And Kim is known for her body being very voluptuous, sex symbol. But the thing is, with shit like that, like this is usually stuff that they maybe would reshoot or at least touch up. It's just something that you don't really see on TV, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just watching, and I'm like, okay, like I guess the whole thing is like, okay, I can't believe she posted something that had her nipples hard as fucking rocks. I keep watching, obviously.
You didn't put it down? Why was the commercial 45 minutes?
Why am I hearing the same dialogue over and over? The reason is because the commercial and the product that was being sold in that commercial was the hard nipples. Let me elaborate. I know. Let me elaborate. SKIMS has dropped a line of bras that have built-in hard nipples. Is that crazy? And so I sent this to another lady friend of mine, and I said, please walk me through this, because I thought like having a little breeze in the room was like embarrassing, like it's something that you wouldn't want, or you might be like, oh shit, like don't look my nipples.
I have one thought in my mind, but I'll let you finish.
But the more as the day went on, I'm seeing more reposts. Other women on my Instagram reposting, being like, "This is some LOL. This is something like I might buy this. Like this is something I like want." And I'm like, I don't get it. Like I'm why I don't know why you would want to walk around with perpetually hard nipples. Like did you guys look it up? Producers in the back, you guys looked it up. You nasty ass. You couldn't wait to get home. Fucking horny ass.
Unbelievable. Well, definitely. Free the nipple is definitely been, the motto.
So just some more info on it. Did you want to say something?
I'll say one thing.
Uh-oh.
The immediate, where my mind went immediately was, sometimes with breast cancer survivors.
Very nice.
And they lose.
Yeah. 100%.
So that being said, that's where my mind went. I was like, that's actually like a next level touch that I'm sure they would appreciate, because there's probably not a lot of representation of that.
And I love the chemistry that we just inevitably have. I know I was actually going to take it to somewhere I should take it. Anyway, because they do mention that.
Really?
They do mention exactly that. So
there you go.
As the article states, last week Skims also launched a push-up bra with built-in nipples, which is crazy. My entire teen years having man boobs, I'm like, trying to hide this shit, and people are trying to appropriate my culture. It's fucking crazy.
Hey, man.
My struggle is not a trend.
Now you're being embraced. I'm going to turn the fan on over here.
Yo, okay, Kardashian started in a company, and of course Kardashian got a star in it. She got to.
Yep.
She's her own spokesperson for this product.
That's true.
Kardashian started in an accompanying video that playfully introduced the idea that such a bra with artificially perky nipples is exactly what women need to look cold in an era of rising temperatures. That was the whole thing that she was talking about.
Okay.
And she had a chart. It was fucking crazy. I'll send it to you. Though the company announced that it would donate 10% of the proceeds from the garment, which is already sold out in every color, to environmental organization 1% for the planet, critics denounced the move as a publicity stunt wrapped around greenwashing. The underwear and ad campaign demonstrate the central paradox of the Skims brand. Looked at one way, the bra may seem empowering, as some breast cancer survivors have pointed out. From a different vantage point, it seems like a product designed to reinforce unrealistic beauty standards for consumers. At any rate, the stunt worked. We can't take ourselves too seriously. We have an innovative product that some people feel will lift their confidence. We had to approach it with humor, which I think, honestly, the way, is the commercial almost seemed fake because she was talking about it so nonchalant, being it's hey, here's XYZ for $19.99, and it's something ridiculous.
Right.
That's how it was. The Kardashians themselves aren't afraid to court some controversy to attract attention. Obviously, I didn't know how much attention it was going to get, but when I first saw the first cut of the video, I thought this is going to go places. So it's very real.
What an innovative idea, though. That's
it's something that and I think what I was seeing from most of the women that I follow was something that I guess we didn't know we needed. But to me, again, I think of back when I was working in a corporate office of why would, one of my coworkers want to stand there all day with a hard nip? I just don't get it. But I guess maybe there's a time and place for everything. I didn't know that was something that women, I guess, wanted to show that they had perky. I don't know. But they sold out in every color. I don't know. Please, ladies, educate me.
Who's to say oh yeah, this is that's a terrible idea, blah blah blah. It's well, there's women out there that think it's a great idea.
I will step aside, and if these women need to feel empowered, I will let them have hard nipples.
It's very mature of you.
Thank you. Turning over a new leaf, and I just want to make sure that everyone feels comfortable in the bodies that they were given. Enhanced or non-enhanced, I will step aside and let your nipples be as hard as possible. Thank you. Moving on.
SNAX 2024.
Do want to get it over to our esteemed, our famed, our loved, on the street correspondent, DJ CAMMMY V. Please take
DJ
it
CAMMMY V.
away.
Thanks, Snacks. Spotify is changing how it pays artists. Billboard reports the company is planning changes to its royalty model for 2024 that that will disqualify some tracks from payments and increase penalties for fraud. Spotify is planning to implement changes to its streaming royalty model in early 2024 that would affect the lowest streaming acts, non-music noise tracks, and distributors and labels committing fraud. Conversations have been going on for weeks with the major record labels, Universal Music Group, Sony Music Entertainment, and Warner Music Group, as well as independent labels and distributors, sources say. While the new royalty system will keep its existing pro rata model, it introduces new floors that will grow the pool for more established artists and rights holders. Now, all that to be said, my take, Spotify and these record labels had a deal behind closed doors.
Oh, wow.
Definitely. So let me paint the picture for you, right?
Oh, paint it. Bob Ross me.
Here's some happy trees over here. So Spotify is basically increasing the minimum amount of streams a song needs to get before an artist can get compensation, right? So in return, they're handing out they're handing out harsher penalties as well to these record labels for doing like the fake streams. You know, like you know what I mean? How like the record labels can do like ghost streams essentially and run up.
Yeah.
So basically, when record labels do that, that's more money that Spotify has to shell out to these record labels.
Right.
So basically, the deal is with the record labels, hey, you guys stop doing the fake streams, which will decrease the amount of money they need to pay out in return for increasing the number of minimum streams, which, depending on that number, will ultimately like get rid of independent artists.
Right.
Because they're going to have to go sign with a label. So that's what we call, ladies and gentlemen, a win-win deal. Which is fucking bullshit.
But it's interesting because even if like because the dollar per is so low already that like even if you have like 10,000 streams, you're getting like zero money. I think it's like I'm gonna be so wrong. I saw a stat recently. I know Spotify is like the least paying platform.
Yeah, definitely.
Out of all the streaming platforms. And it was like something like I think the number 7 was in there. 7, 17, or 70 cents per on the dollar. Of per stream. And I was like, dude, and even like if you're making a million, like even if you get a million streams, you're still just getting like, I mean, not for nothing, but like you're getting like, I don't know, it was like $70,000.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not even like,
so I think that's very interesting where they're already taking away the little that these independent artists are getting.
So yeah, like obviously there's independent artists now that are like super well established. I think of like guys like Russ, for example, who that was their formula.
Right.
They were able to. Now you're basically eliminating that because who's going to be able to like sustain any sort of like musical career on your own up until like you get well established? You know what I mean? It's almost impossible to do that on platforms, and it's going to be interesting to see because I wouldn't be surprised if now like either one, these other platforms also basically go to bed with the record labels, or two, could be their opportunity to be like, hey, independent artists, come here. You know what I mean? Like let's break bread, let's eat together. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I definitely see what you're saying, but at the same time, like with the streaming payouts being so low anyway, like that's not how most artists are making their money anyway. You know what I mean? It's such an afterthought. Like the majority of money that these artists are getting from like touring, and merchandise and
how do
stuff like that.
Valid. But again, like how many times have we seen like well-established artists try to go on tour and they have to go cancel like their fucking tour?
Right.
So it's like, how do you?
I mean, I think that's them biting too big, but
you can't even like they can't even get to that point if they're if like you know what I mean? Like you almost need. I get it. You need to spend money to make money. But if you're just spending money and not making any money in return, like,
yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I was thinking the other day about just like the whole like album and physical CDs into like the streaming numbers, and it's just so hard to equate it. Yeah,
how did they come up with that?
I don't know. But it's so weird because, and I think that's why it's so much easier to do these things because like back then it was like if you're selling physical copies, we're gonna pay you for the physical copy. You know what I mean? It's like buying tickets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it's just like it's like air. You know, like it's like and
it's a wazzy, it's a woozy, it's pixie dust.
And it's just so interesting, and it sucks that music is going that way. But at the same time, like, streaming is just so powerful, because you could also say, like, all right, just put music on YouTube and build that YouTube following. YouTube pays out really fucking well.
Well, there you go.
When you make a certain thing. But
so that's going to be the next move.
Yeah.
We're going to see there's going to be a lot of artists that are probably be like, fuck that. I'm just going to go.
Just fuck with my YouTube.
Yeah, I'll see you on YouTube.
Yeah. Because YouTube pays, when you're like a big creator, pays out pretty big.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. I mean, it's... And this is like why people like are trying to go the independent route, right? Because like it's just the business in music is just so dirty.
Yeah,
and very much like not for the artist at all. You know what I mean?
No,
Which is,
exactly.
like, so weird.
Again, that's the biggest thing. The people that are going to suffer the most are the artists, which in turn means we suffer.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
I would be upset.
Yeah, no, it's insane. But fuck. I mean, fucking. That's only Spotify that did that?
Yeah. To my knowledge, that's
I'm a big Spotify guy. You do Spotify?
I'm a big Spotify guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do the Apple Music. I didn't like
And those
it.
membership costs keep going up each year.
dude.
You know how it is,
Arm and a leg, man.
dude. They get too greedy. You want to? How are you gonna like? Oh, we don't want to pay out any more money. It's like, dude, what the fuck are we talking about?
And Spotify's user experience is pretty good, and
It is really
and
good.
as far as like music discovery, like the whole like radio thing, and then like you can just like go in a rabbit hole of music. Like that's how I do a lot of my research.
Yeah.
I'm just like on Spotify and like purging, and the fact that like you can just like find other people's mood music or whatever,
Playlists.
and you just start seeing like
Yeah.
what other people like.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, I guess they're not holding it down for the artists, man. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, CAMMY V.
DJ CAMMMY V.
And thank you for you all for listening to another amazing show. The pre-Thanksgiving episode. I hope everybody has an amazing holiday, an amazing rest of your November, because the big one is approaching. No, not Christmas. No, not New Year's. But Snacksgiving. December, baby.
It's my favorite time of the year.
Oh my God, it's everyone's favorite time of the year.
Give me snacks, baby.
My birthday, December. It's coming. Sagittarius, stand up. Oh! And we'll see you then. Thank you so much for listening.
Peace.